Right, it's 6 o'clock, it's Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a live preview show this evening ahead of Hearts versus Celtic tomorrow in the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup. Can Celtic take one step closer to a potential treble this season? It's the question on everybody's lips and everybody's minds, and only our side can answer that question tomorrow, as we have a tricky test ahead of us at Tynecastle. Not the most ideal game for us to try and enhance our bid for that treble, but you know, we're off the back of beating Hearts on Wednesday night. You couldn't ask for a better time to play them. Hearts might be looking for revenge, but we certainly figured out how to crack the nut, you could say, on Wednesday against them. So I'm hoping that we use the experience from Wednesday night and take it into this game tomorrow, making it reasonably easy for us. On my birthday. Yes, have I mentioned it on the channel at all? It's my birthday tomorrow. Have I? I don't know. It's my birthday tomorrow, by the way. Hopefully they don't ruin my birthday. Hopefully it's a good day. But listen, I'm confident. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, the change of venue does make it a more difficult game. We'll talk all about it in this stream. But we were behind on Wednesday night. You know, we went down 1-0. It was a big ask for the team to come back and find the win in that game. And they done it, in short work. You know, they made it look easy. So I think Hearts have probably got a hell of a lot to prove in this game. They've yet to beat us this season. They'd probably want that big result if they can take themselves to Hampden. I'm expecting a different game tomorrow. I think Hearts will be right up for it. I think they'll I know they started the game well on Wednesday, but I think they'll be a little more ruthless in what they do, both on and off the ball. And we need to be wary of that. And hopefully we find the first goal at Tynecastle this time round rather than them opening the scoring. But aye, we've got a few talking points to go through. Ange Postecoglou, of course, had his press conference earlier today as well with some injury and fitness updates, some news on some other things, talking about the Spurs job as well, very bluntly. And we're going to obviously talk to you guys, because that's the whole point in these streams. I like to get you all involved. Time for a beer, James. Yes, get the beers out. It's a Saturday. No, it's not. It's a Friday night. You deserve it. Viva la Aston Martin. Of course, the Alonso shirt is on. And thank you for everybody saying happy birthday in the chat, by the way. I'd throw them all up on screen, but we're here all day before we even talk about the game. So thank you, I appreciate it. Hopefully Celtic make it a birthday to remember tomorrow. Just on that note, give me this is a question that goes out to all of you. Let's start off the stream with a wee question, a wee bit of trivial fun for everybody watching the stream. Have you got any birthday memories with Celtic? Because I don't mean to be a killjoy. I don't mean to jinx us, and I don't mean to spoil the mood. I've had nothing but misery, I think, when the games have fallen on my birthday. The last one that comes to mind that I can remember was Celtic versus Rangers, Celtic Park in 2017 or 2018. It was the 0-0. Obviously, we drew 1-0 with them. Clint Hill scored, but it was the 0-0. It was a stinker, March 11th. I believe it was that day. And it was an absolute stinker. Horrible. It ruined my birthday. I wasn't even old enough to drink, so I couldn't go to the pub and drown my sorrows away that night. I had to just go home, and I had to accept the fact that we dropped points to a piss-poor Rangers team. So any birthday thoughts, let me know. Madrid at home for Caden. You weren't there, you were nearly there. Could have been special that night. 1-0 at Ibrox last year, beat off them. That's not ideal, I suppose. Got my cake at half-time of the treble game. That's not bad. That's quite good. Bodo beating us at home on my birthday. You couldn't have picked... I could have picked a worst comment. Honestly, it's sad to hear that, mate. It's really sad. That's like Mark Goldbridge stuff, isn't it? And I'm going to draw the line there. Just keep your thoughts coming in. Let's talk about tomorrow's game. Oh, God, that's horrible. I hope you're okay, mate. I know it was a couple of years ago now, but yeah. Celtic going to Tynecastle tomorrow. We've obviously got a couple of things that we need to talk about. We have had our injury update on Dyson Maeda, who was spotted leaving Celtic Park on crutches on Wednesday night after leaving the field early against Hearts. He's been quoted as 50-50 for this game. He could be involved, apparently can be available. Will that mean he starts? I don't think so. I don't think Dyson Maeda will start, and let's head into the other topic of conversation, and the man who was in the thumbnail for tonight's stream. Is this the opportunity for Sead Haksabanovic to come into the team? Because that has been the big conversation between Celtic fans on social media. Everybody's desperate for that, for Sead Haksabanovic to come in and get a start here at Tynecastle, and honestly, I think it's the perfect game for him to play. I'm going to take away all the bias, everything aside from the love that I have for Sayad being my favourite player and all the rest of it. I generally think this is the perfect time to try and get him in that team, and I know we're in a position where there's so many options. You can have Abada and Jota, you can still have technically Maida and Jota, you can have Maida and Abada, you can have HAKSA and any of the two of them as well. We've got so many options. I just think that giving HAKSA this start off the back of the momentum that he's built in the last few games and the goal that he scored on Wednesday night would be smart player management. Let him build on that, because what comes to mind straight away for me is that little bit of form that he captured before the World Cup break. Mind, he was coming off the bench, he was doing really well, he contributed to goals via his own goals and assists. He was looking really good, and then he got a couple of starts and he kept building on it, and then the World Cup break hit and it killed all of his momentum. But he was coming into a real good run of form. And now I think is the time to do the exact same again as what we done right before the World Cup and give him this start in this game. The cup tie, he's got all that ability. Look, he showed it against them. They couldn't handle him on Wednesday night. Get him in from the start. Let Maida rest. Let him get back to full fitness. Maybe bring him on later in the game if we need him. But he scored an absolute screamer on Wednesday. He was dancing around Hearts defenders. Let him do that again from the start of the game and give him the opportunity to boost his confidence. Because he's not had a lot of minutes. You know, he's been coming on for the last sort of 10, 15. Let's give him, I mean, if he doesn't play the full 90, let's give him 60, 70 minutes. Let him cook, you know, as the meme goes. I think it just makes sense to have HAKSA in, and I don't think it's just a kind of cult thing that some would maybe think. I think that it's genuinely time to give him that start, and I think obviously a lot of people are agreeing here. Obviously I can see a lot of people saying the same thing. Helen saying as well, and just jumper unleash HAKSA. I would love to see HAKSA get this start, and I think he's got the potential to score. I like the thought of him playing in a Tynecastle Park. I can just see him kind of cutting in from the left, finding that space in the inside and curling shots up to the top corner. I just think that the Hearts fullbacks will struggle to contain him, and then when he does cut inside, I think that the midfielders will struggle to contain him as well. So I think it's a no-brainer for me to have HAKSA start this game and let Maida rest off a wee bit. But that is the main talking point in terms of team selection. We will come on to my full team selection very, very shortly, but I want to see HAKSA start. I really do. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? I look behind me. I've seen somebody bringing up the top list, Joe Hart. Yes, it is. It's only a matter of time before I need to get HAKSA involved. I've got Dembele, the icon over there, sign top. I've got Joe and I've got Jota behind me as well. My two favourite players, or two of my favourite players. I need my man, though. I need HAKSA involved in here somewhere. So hopefully sometime soon. But yeah, buzzing to see him hopefully get the start. We'll wait and see. And if he doesn't start, I hope he gets a lot more time. I hope we see maybe kind of 30, 35 minutes of him at least in the second half. So we'll just have to wait and see. Apart from that, at the press conference today, Ange Postecoglou not giving us much else. James Forrest, he's maybe a doubt for this game. Not that I was expected to see him involved. Apparently he's picked up a knock in training as well. But another couple of things that have came out over the past couple of days. Postecoglou annoyed that we don't pass the ball as much to Kyogo as we should in the final third. I read that in 67 Hail last night, actually. I seen that, but he was speaking to Sky Sports and he says that he was frustrated on Wednesday that we didn't get the ball to him as much as we should with the runs that he was playing. And that's a really interesting thing to pick up on heading into this game, because I think for me it confirms that Kyogo will start. I think we all know that anyway, Kyogo would start the game tomorrow. But it makes me think that, maybe we'll see Kyogo getting a lot more service. Maybe the wingers and players like Moy, whoever plays in the midfield, will be instructed, spot those runs, get those passes to him, because he is busting a gut. And I noticed it as well. I wasn't frustrated as much as what Ange was, because we still won the game and we're still playing really, really well. But I noticed it from my seat on Wednesday night that there was a lot of bombing, darting runs from Kyogo, and it was and we just kind of held the ball in the area that it already was, rather than trying to unleash him. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any change in regards to that come tomorrow. But Angelo is frustrated. It just shows you how good we're playing when there's things like that to be frustrated about, isn't there? But aye, that was that, and obviously as well, Ange has been linked with another English Premier League job off the back of Conte saying that he won't be at Spurs much longer. Ange saying not of interest, doesn't affect him, doesn't care. But of course his name was going to be thrown in the ring for the Tottenham job. But obviously just water off a duck's back to Ange at this moment in time, isn't it? But aye, that was everything from the pressers, injury updates, stuff like that. Listen, if Hearts play anything like they did on Wednesday night, I think that, you know, we could be in for it might be like that kind of start that you need to brace yourself for. But as the game goes on and we play our football, I think we'll be absolutely fine, in all honesty. Robbie Nielsen has, of course, laid the seeds of doubt in the referees' heads. He's been moaning about the VAR calls, which, once again, brace yourself. I just feel like that there's got to be so many moments where you're just scratching your head with referees and VAR tomorrow, because Nielsen has already came out and started crying about it. No matter what happens tomorrow, as I said in yesterday's video, if Hearts win, he'll still cry. So, I mean, it doesn't make a difference either way, but I feel like he's already started laying those seeds for the referees to think about what they're doing on Saturday. And we've just got to be ready for that. You know, try and get these early goals, try and get the business done, control the game, and don't do anything stupid. You know, not Bernabei, say what you want about the tackle, whether you think it was a red card or not. He was maybe lucky not to be red card. I've seen red cards given for the exact same thing. So he was maybe lucky the other night, whether it's a red card or not. We can't do things like that in this game, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that if it were to happen tomorrow, I fully expect to see him sent off. I don't think Bernabei will play, but whoever plays, I expect to see them sent off if they do that, because the whinging and moaning that Nielsen done post-match on Wednesday. So we need to be careful. Let's not do anything foolish, and let's just get things done. I can't wait to see what Nielsen's excuses are on Sunday, or just after the game tomorrow, I should say, not even as late as Sunday. Maybe there'll be another video about him on the channel, who knows, more clown makeup photoshopped on him. But let's go through. I'm going to get you guys involved in a moment, but let's do what we always do. Let's go for our starting 11 predictions. I would normally, as I said, prepare a graphic, but I thought we'd do it together for this. So I've actually just got the app thing up on screen for what I think the team will be. So starting in goals, I think it's pretty straightforward. Joe Hart will play. Of course, Wednesday night saw Bernabei and Ralston starting at the fullbacks, but I think we can probably agree that it'll go back to normal for this game. And you know what? Ange said there would be changes, and he made those changes. The changes worked. They were fine. But this is the bigger game. This is the one-off now. You win or you don't, and you're out of the competition. It's not a league match. We need to win it. We need to field probably our best team. So on that note, for the rest of the back four, I'm just going for Carl Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers as well. Now, I did expect to see Kobayashi involved to some extent over the course of these two games, but I think that Wednesday was the standout opportunity for him, and the fact he didn't play, I don't think, if he came off the bench, I was like, I know maybe there's a chance he could start on Saturday, but I don't think so. I think that it'll be just the best back four, as it should be, because this is a game that we need to play our best side and ultimately win. Captain Cal in the middle of the park, of course. Awata I would like to see involved again, right enough, because I thought he was good coming off the bench on Wednesday night, but I'll go for McGregor, of course, just now. Now, Rio Hatate was obviously dropped on Wednesday. I expect to see him come back in, and I expect to see him play alongside Aaron Moy. It was, of course, Moy and O'Reilly that played the game on Wednesday, an interesting partnership without Hatate, and I thought they played reasonably well together. There is obviously a chance as well that maybe even David Turnbull could come into this team for this game. I think that could happen as well, but I'm going to go with Hatate and Moy for now. Hatate's obviously been brilliant. He got his rest on Wednesday night, and Moy was amazing again on Wednesday. He's just the kind of player that I don't feel like should miss out on a game at this moment in time. So Kyogo up front. Who do I think the two wingers that will be that join them? Who will it be? Will HAKSA get the start? If he does, who starts alongside him? I do think that Sead Haksabanovic will start the game, and I think he's going to start the game with Jota. That is the 11 that I'm going for. You can let me know your thoughts and opinions, but I just think that Ange did comment on HAKSA in the press conference. He labelled him brilliant. I just feel like it makes sense for him now to come in if Maida's 50-50. You know, I would like Maida to get involved if he's fit enough to at some point in the game, but I just feel like it makes sense now to bring HAKSA into the team. Jota on the right-hand side, yeah, I do fit. This is the beauty of this, right? You know, you can easily do this as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see that for large portions of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see HAKSA take up areas on the other side. I wouldn't be surprised if we see HAKSA take up areas through the middle as well. You know, you can obviously have Kyogo kind of dart off the left and have HAKSA take up areas in the middle. You can have HAKSA kind of fall into a number 10 sort of role and then let Hatate maybe drift out wide and stuff like that. But that's the beautiful thing about the players that we have got just now. They can adapt and change throughout these games and they can fill in different wee sort of zones. But I just have a feeling that that will be the team that plays tomorrow. That's the 11 that I'm going to go with. I'm going to get up some of your comments in regards to team selection. If I can find my mouse, my apologies. HAKSA, Kyogo and Jota as the front three, so agreement there from Caden. Jota and Abada, says John. I hope you're right, says Joe. Jota and HAKSA as well. HAKSA is Champions League quality, says Joe. Kyogo needs to be in the middle. O'Reilly, Hatate, McGregor, Moy, and then there's Turnbull for me. Give me a game where Turnbull was a standout. Yeah, I suppose. I think that Turnbull's best performances have all came off the bench, haven't they? He comes on last 10 minutes, bangs in a goal from range. It seems to be a kind of broken record sort of thing for David Turnbull. But that is the 11 that I'm going to go with for tomorrow's game. I'm pretty confident that it'll be as close to that as possible. So yeah. And this is for score prediction, because obviously that's a big part of this series as well. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Celtic. Can we keep a clean sheet at Tynecastle? It's going to be an electric atmosphere. It's going to be a packed house, I'd imagine. Hearts will take a full support. And we'll obviously fill our end of the allocation. It'd be nice to see more Celtic fans at Tynecastle than the past few visits as well. But listen, we've done well at Tynecastle the last few times. We don't need to think of it as a bogey ground. We go there, we play our football, we'll be absolutely fine. And obviously we're in a great run of form, so we don't really need confidence at the moment. So we're fine. Right, let's kind of end off the stream with your guys' thoughts. Now, Stuart's made an interesting point. My heart can't take another 4-3. I know, you think of the last visit there, the introduction of VAR and all that nonsense. It was shambolic, to say the least. Not on Celtic's part, just the whole game in general. It was fucking wow, to say the least. So I hope it's none of that again. I'm on your side with that, Stuart. I really am. But score predictions getting thrown in: 3-0, 3-2, 3-1 again, 4-1. 3-2 and 2 Hearts pens, says Declan. Wouldn't put it past it. 3-2, 3-1, and 5-4 on penalties. That's one thing that I'd like to avoid. Listen, it doesn't really matter if we go to extra time. I think that we're well equipped for that now. I don't think that we're in a situation where we should be using that as an excuse. But let's try and avoid any sort of stretch beyond regulation. Let's just keep it the way it is with the 90, and hopefully we get there. But let's get questions, whatever thoughts, get them in. We'll do kind of 5 minutes on that. And you are a roaster. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. I know I am. I know. I try my absolute best. Right, at the current time, I don't even worry about the team selection. We have a team of winners, a fantastic manager. Long may it continue. Absolutely. That's the 11 that I threw up on screen there. You could make 5 or 6 changes to that with the squad that we have, and I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't cry about it. I wouldn't care, really. Couldn't handle penalties after staying up to watch the Everton friendly. I did not stay up for that game. I'm glad I didn't stay up for that game. The last time I remember Celtic ever competing in a penalty shootout, oh well, I'll tell a lie. There's been a couple of occasions, hasn't there? There was a cup final against Hearts when it was COVID times we had to watch in the telly. But the one time that I've ever been at a penalty shootout, the only time I've been at a penalty shootout, was against Leicester, pre-season friendly. That was the only time I've ever been at a penalty shootout, and that was nervy enough in a friendly. Let's see. And cheer for 10 in a row. I'll have to wait and see, Declan. I'll have to wait and see. You reckon that Nielsen is watching your videos having a laugh because he knows he's taking the mickey? Do you know what? I'd love it if Nielsen seen my videos. If he takes it all in good taste, but knowing Nielsen, he probably wouldn't. So, come on, Celtic, let's make Nielsen cry again. Our second team would still win the cup. I don't even disagree with that, to be honest. Let's see, what other points have we got? I'm trying to look and see what we get. I think the SFA will get a few goals. Can never put it past them. More Buffy memories coming in. 4-2 Celtic Dundee United. That would be a tough one to be at. It was bad enough watching from home. I couldn't get a ticket for that game. It was bad enough watching from home that if you're talking about the one 2016, horrendous, horrible. Not really a question, but with Hatate getting man of the match shouts every week and attracting outside attention, I believe Iwata will take over his place in the side when and if he leaves. Now, obviously, I don't want to think about Hatate leaving. That's I want him to stay here at Celtic for as long as possible because he's just a player of great quality. However, I'm very encouraged by the opening signs that we've seen from Iwata. He's not a like for like replacement of Hatate. Let's obviously establish that. I think we all know that. You yourself, Caden, will obviously know. He's not a like for like replacement, but what it would allow, of course, would for McGregor to kind of move into where Hatate kind of sits in the park. We'd have a Iwata sitting where McGregor normally does now, and we'd probably have McGregor paired with O'Reilly or whoever. And I think that's a good position still to be in. As I said, I don't want to lose Rio Hatate anytime soon, but I think that Iwata has been a fantastic signing in terms of forward planning for where we could be if players decide to leave the club. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's something popped up my PC that has covered all of the comments, which is fantastic. Go away. Go away, please. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Look. Right, I won a few lovely prints of the Japanese boy and enjoyed the start of 2022. If there's a space in that back wall of yours, I'd love to give it. Look. Feel free. Try and get in touch with me on Twitter or whatever. I don't like taking freebies off folk. I hate doing that. But if you want to hit me up, feel free. There are spaces, as you can see, in the left and right. I've still to fucking hang stuff up that I've not done for ages. But aye, that's cracking. Iwata is he's a completely different player. But as I said, when you think about the system and how players will fit in and move about, it's good to have an option there because McGregor can move forward. The only thing is, of course, McGregor's now been used to playing that same kind of role for the last couple of years. So aye. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to end it off there. Hopefully, Celtic treat me tomorrow. I will be probably live after the game tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure yet, of course. Have I mentioned? I hate keep it's my birthday. But I will be going out, obviously, with some of the family and stuff like that after the game tomorrow. So I will have my reaction. It might be live. Just keep an eye out. You'll see it there. And we'll go from there. So I will be here. But enjoy the game. Enjoy your Friday night. And enjoy whatever you're doing over the weekend. I hope you have a blast. And hopefully Celtic keep us all happy with a spot in the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup. That's all from me. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.